Although the title of this video is Why Women Don't Like Nice Guys, this video is an Irreplaceable Men masterclass and it has 4 parts. Part 1 will cover why women don't like nice guys. Part 2, why modern women don't let modern men lead. Part 3, why going to all men for advice is a bad idea. And Part 4, understanding yourself and women better. Okay, so let's get into Part 1, why women don't like nice guys. Part 1. Why women don't like nice guys. Quote unquote, nice guys are manipulative. They give to get. They are prone to violating women's boundaries. They are usually codependent. They have a Jesus complex, which is sometimes called a savior complex, and they struggle to see their own flaws. Because of their tendency toward codependency, nice guys tend to attract toxic and narcissistic women. Women do not like nice guys, but women who don't have unhealed childhood trauma love kind guys. Kind guys value kindness. They respect other people's boundaries. They have good manners. They tend to have high self-esteem. They are assertive but not aggressive, and they are emotionally available. Part 2. Now let's discuss why modern women won't let modern men lead. Maybe men can respect a man they fear, but women do not respect men they fear. Some women might respect a man other men fear, but women do not respect men that they themselves fear. History has shown us that there are 2 types of leaders. The beloved leader. This is a leader that people willingly chose to follow. People cry when this leader passes away. The despised leader. This is a leader that people were forced to follow. People cheer when this leader passes away. What the modern man, the post-1960s man, gets wrong is that he still believes that things will be better when, quote-unquote, women go back to their place. And they try to use fear, derision, control, and domination to force women to, quote-unquote, go back to their place. But here's my question. Has the despised leader strategy gotten men in general the results they desire, or has it just pushed women deeper into hyper-independence? Again, I ask, has the despised leader strategy gotten men in general the results they desire? Hoping for a different journey without changing the course of your boat is as pointless as writing your name in floating water. Now, the despised leader strategy can attract women with a history of unhealed childhood trauma, but it repels healthy women. It also repels healed women. Although the despised leader strategy can attract a woman with a history of childhood trauma, the despised leader will never get her love. Her love will still be reserved for the right man. Why? Because it is not the man himself she's in love with. It is that his toxicity is familiar to her. By the way, this works both ways. Men can be attracted to toxic women because the toxicity is familiar to him. Unfortunately, as humans, before healing, we tend to be more comfortable in what's familiar, even when it's harming us. It's important that I say here that virgins can also have a history of trauma. I wanted to say this because I hear some men say, quote unquote, get a woman between the ages of 18 to 25 because she's less likely to have been traumatized by a man. But the traumas that affect us the most throughout our lives, unless we heal them, are usually the traumatic experiences we had in childhood. For example, if a man was usually the last to be picked in sports during PE when he was a kid, this could have led him to have a fear of rejection. So unless he does the work to heal, he might spend the rest of his life trying to get the approval of other men. So the question is, do you want your girlfriend or your wife to A, fear you, or B, love you, admire you, and respect you? You can get A or you can get B, but you can't get both. If you chose strategy A, just remember that choosing strategy A opens up your girlfriend or wife to being taken away from you by a type of man called a scrounger, especially if your wife is or girlfriend is beautiful. The scrounger is the man that will give your girl a shoulder to cry on when you mistreat her, in hopes that he can take her away from you. The scrounger is usually a man in your circle. Part 3. Why going to a man for advice just because he's a man is a bad idea. One of the most life-changing acts of self-care all people can ever do for themselves is this. Take out a sheet of paper and write the names of all of the people in your circle, your friends, your family members, your mentors, your pastors, your coaches, anyone that is in your inner circle, including both men and women. Then on the back of the paper, create a chart with 4 quadrants like this. There are 4 different types of support: emotional support, informational support, instrumental support, and companionship support. Now you're going to categorize all of the people in your inner circle into the different types of support. And yes, one person can go into multiple quadrants if they offer multiple types of support to you. Emotional support are the people you can share your worries and fears with. Informational support are the people who give you advice that get you the results that you want, both for handling problems and reaching goals. Instrumental support are the people who help you with practical things, like they lend you money or they help you complete tasks. And companionship support are the people you have fun with. Now, this exercise can be life-changing because it allows you to see what type of support you might be missing in your life, and it also allows you to know who to go to when you need the different types of support. The informational support category can be broken up into different categories, like for work and relationships. Can you see why doing this exercise can help you to improve your life and improve your relationships? Okay, last but not least, part 4. Why you'll get better results in dating and relationships by focusing more on human behavior than on gender roles. Almost 70% of relationship conflicts never get resolved because they are the result of personality differences and not a lack of love or care. Resolving these conflicts is about learning more about your partner's personality and speaking their language if your intention is truly for your partner to understand what you are asking for and to truly understand what you are saying. There are a lot of behavioral and personality typing systems, but in this video, I'm going to talk about the DISC behavioral model because it's one of the most popular ones and it's also used a lot in corporate settings. But it's not only useful at work, it's also very useful in our personal relationships with our intimate partners, our friends, and our family members. So if you look at the chart, the D type of personality is one of dominance. The I type of personality is one of influence. The S type of personality is one of steadiness, and the C type of personality is one of conscientiousness. For the rest of this section, I'm going to use the animal names for the different types of personalities because they can be a little bit easier to remember and they're also a little bit more fun to work with. The lion is the D for dominance. The otter is the I for influence. The golden retriever is the S for steadiness. And the beaver is the C for conscientiousness. Looking at this chart, what personality type would you say society says that all men should be? So go ahead and pause the video so that you can check out all the different types and then press play when you're done. So what personality type would you say society says that all men should be? If you said the lion, I agree with you. Now, how about women? What personality type would you say society says all women should be? If you need to look them over again, pause the video and then press play when you're done. So what personality type would you say society says all women should be? If you said golden retriever, then I agree with you. But here's the problem. Humans are complex. So when we try to divide men and women into a masculine versus feminine dichotomy, we are doing everyone a disservice, including ourselves. As the saying goes, opposites attract, then they attack. So when you look at the chart, the lion and golden retriever are opposites and they tend to attract each other. And the otter and the beaver are opposites and they tend to attract each other. This is because in the beginning of a relationship, we are very attracted to the traits that our partner has that we don't have. In a way, we are unconsciously hoping that by being with this person, some of their traits will rub off on us and we'll have those traits too. So the lion and the golden retriever are opposites. The lion is direct, competitive, he's a decision maker, he's a visionary, and he expresses his opinions readily. And the golden retriever is patient, cooperative, collaborative, slow to change, and can be loyal to a fault. So in the beginning, their relationship can feel like a perfect yin yang type of relationship. But remember, opposites attract, then they attack. So the same traits that attracted you to your partner in the beginning can be the same traits that can begin to annoy and frustrate you as your relationship goes along. So here's an example. A couple go to dinner together. The man is a lion and the woman is a golden retriever. A 17-year-old waiter brings the wife her food and it's cold. And her lion husband says, "I'm sending it back and telling them to make you another one." And the golden retriever wife says, "No, it's okay, honey. The waiter looks young. It's probably his first job." Can you see why situations like this can cause conflicts in their relationship if they don't really understand each other from the beginning of their relationship? Food for thought. When men say they want a nurturing wife, are they saying that they want her to be nurturing overall, or only when it's convenient for him? For example, one night, the lion husband and the golden retriever wife are about to get physically intimate. Then a thunderstorm starts and their 3-year-old son runs to their bedroom and asks to sleep with them. Should lion husband allow his golden retriever wife to nurture their son in that moment, however she sees fit? My point here is that one of the best ways to minimize future conflicts is to have a good understanding of your personality traits and your partner's personality traits from the beginning of your relationship. When we radically accept that being a man or being a woman is a nuanced existence, then we can extend compassion to ourselves, which will lead to radical self-acceptance, which will lead to higher self-confidence, which will ultimately lead to higher attractiveness in the eyes of the opposite sex. Okay, so here I'm going to give you some celebrity examples of how these different personality types can show up. Just remember that I do not know these people personally, but so this judgment is basically based on their public persona. So celebrity examples of the lion would be Donald Trump and Beyonce, and they are high in dominance. The lion's relationship strengths are that they have the ability to make difficult decisions, that they are good at encouraging their partner to maintain healthy independence, and that they are naturally open, direct communicators. Now, remember, everything comes with its pros and cons, and like Mark Manson said, life is about choosing your preferred problem. There's no way to have a problem-free life. That being said, the lion's relationship weaknesses are they struggle with being emotionally vulnerable with their partners, they struggle with offering frequent verbal encouragement to their partners, and they struggle knowing how to recognize when to let go of small issues. Examples of the otter personality type are Kevin Hart and Taylor Swift. The otter's relationship strengths are that they have a passion for sharing new adventures, that they have the desire to consistently maintain a positive attitude, and that they are good at recognizing and communicating their own emotions. The otter's relationship weaknesses are that they have a hard time patiently working through problems in their relationship, they have a hard time planning for the future with their partner, and they have a hard time processing tense situations logically. Examples of the golden retriever are Rihanna and Keanu Reeves. The golden retriever's relationship strengths are that they are good at being attentive to their partner's needs, they are good at working to establish a deep personal connection with their partner, and they are good at maintaining a patient and encouraging attitude in their relationship. The golden retriever's relationship weaknesses are that they have a hard time sharing their complete and honest opinion, especially if it contradicts their partner's opinion. They have a hard time directly communicating their own needs in relationships, and they have a hard time not taking feedback and judgment personally in their relationships. Last but not least, the beaver. Examples of the beaver would be movie director Christopher Nolan and the actress Jodie Foster. The beaver's relationship strengths are that they tend to carefully consider their choice in partner, that they tend to think things through before they say them, and that they tend to be comfortable with necessary conflict in their relationship. The beaver's relationship weaknesses are that they can have trouble considering their partner's perspective, they can have trouble being emotionally open and vulnerable, and they can have trouble remembering to spend quality time with their partner. Now remember, both men and women can be any of these personality types. Yes, you can find more men that fit into one personality type than the others, and yes, you can find more women that fit into one personality type than the others. Now, whether that's due to societal conditioning or just innate differences between men and women, who knows? But what's important to remember is that both men and women can be any of these personality types. And always remember that when you use these personality typing systems, that they will not give you a holistic perspective as to who a person is, because humans are complex. but these personality typing systems can give you a great starting point into understanding yourself and other people better. And remember, we cannot separate people into 100% masculine traits and 100% feminine traits. Here, I'll use me and my husband as an example. So my husband is the otter personality type. He's an extrovert, he has good people skills, he feels more comfortable in the realm of feelings and logic, which on paper sounds like a lot of feminine qualities. But in real life, he's also very assertive, competitive, and a doer, which are very masculine qualities. This blend of feminine and masculine traits is what makes him excellent at sales, because people buy from feelings and not from logic. And my personality type is the beaver. I am an introvert, and I had to work hard to improve my people skills. And by people skills, I mean things like small talk, and I feel more comfortable in the realm of logic than feelings, which on paper can sound like a lot of masculine traits, but I'm also very caring, collaborative, and I have high compassion, which are very feminine traits. Here's our story. We were both raised by single moms. We fell in love hard and fast. We both had a fear of abandonment. Of course, we didn't know that when we met. We almost destroyed our marriage to the point of no return. We worked hard to heal from our childhood wounds. We fell in love again even harder than before. We went on a learning journey to learn as much as we can about what makes relationships so complex, and we turned our pain into purpose. In other words, to quote one of my husband's favorite artists of all time, we did that so you don't have to go through that. It's important that I say here that my husband and I are not therapists. We are relationship coaches. So a lot of the information we include in our content is for informational purposes only. A simplified description of the difference between a therapist and a coach is that a therapist helps us to heal from the past and deals with the world of feelings. A coach focuses on the present and the future and deals with the world of building skills, making plans, and reaching goals. Bonus tip. At the side of every great man is a great woman. What men of old understood that many modern men don't understand is that a great woman is an asset and not a threat. For example, did you know that men maintaining a stoic face and not showing emotions is not only because of societal conditioning, but also an evolutionary adaptation to keep males from preying on each other? Meaning, I must mask my fear or I might get hurt by a rival male. And did you know that women read faces faster and more accurately than men, even when someone is trying to mask their emotions and therefore mask their intentions? This is an evolutionary adaptation to help women keep themselves and their children safe when their man went out hunting. Reading facial cues quickly is what many men will call women's intuition. Although women's intuition might feel like a nuisance in your relationship, it is an asset in other parts of your life. For example, your girlfriend or your wife might pick up on whether or not someone, a friend, a coworker, a boss, a business partner, etc., is lying to you faster than you can. That being said, her being able to read feelings and faces faster and more accurately than you can doesn't mean it gives her psychic abilities. It can alert her that something is off, but it can't give her the quote-unquote what another person is lying about, nor the quote-unquote why another person is lying. But can you see why her ability to read facial cues faster and more accurately than you can might be an asset to have in your life as you grow and build? Thank you for watching. I am grateful for you. My name is Melissa Rochelle, and I'm a holistic wellness and relationship coach. Please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly of all, share this information with everyone you know, so that we can do everything we can to break the generational cycles of broken homes, burnt out single moms, and fatherless children.